It's time to learn with our friend Clive. So grab your brush, have a great time.
Okay, so this video is sponsored by Arteza. They are a fantastic company, www.arteza.co.uk or arteza.com. These are 16 sheets of acrylic pads. This is a premium pad, acid-free, heavyweight paper, glue-bound and ideal for acrylic and oil painting. There you go. So check that out. The affiliate links is in the descriptions below. We'll say no more about that. Okay, so I've got a few different colours. I got some cadmium yellow there. I've got some ultramarine blue. I've got some carbon black. I've got some phthalo green, a phthalo blue, which is on the green side. I got some cadmium red, and I got some vermilion. So don't be worried about our mixes. I'm just going to put these safe and to one side so I can grab them as I need them. And I've also opened up my pad and done some boxes on there, as you can see, ready to put our mixes out so we can keep a chart record of what we have actually done. So it's going to save us some time in the future. So I've got some phthalo blue, which is on a green shade. This is Acrylic by Dale & Roney. It is a really heavy bodied paint. I just happen to have a tube of this, but you should be able to find phthalo blue in any manufacturer, really. It doesn't have to be this particular one. I'm just going to put some phthalo blue out, and that's going to be known as PB from now on. Just makes life a little bit easier. I'm also going to put some ultramarine blue. This is a Winsor & Newton Galeria range ultramarine blue, and I quite like this one because this board is a little bit on the red side, more towards the violet. Quite like this for mixing with skies and things. You can actually mix that 50-50 with cerulean blue, and that's going to give you a lovely, lovely sky colour. We've also going to add some black and some white to the palette. I'm just going to get a little bit of white. This is just titanium white, again by Winsor & Newton, but any manufacturer will do. There we go. And obviously I've got some carbon black. You can see I'm mixing up the different manufacturers today because I want to show you that yes, you can mix all these different colours together. So it's not a problem. So don't worry about that. Some people say, well, I've only got this particular manufacturer or that particular manufacturer. Can I mix this paint with that one? And it shouldn't be a problem at all. Acrylic is acrylic at the end of the day. All the difference is thickness or the viscosity of the paint and the pigment content. Other than that, all acrylic paint is basically made in the same way as I make in the studio myself. Now, these are going to give us a little bit of a blue-green type of blue. This is what the seascape has. In traditional seascape paintings, you will see that there's greys and blues and greens and all these wonderful things. So I'm going to put a little bit of vermilion to one side. If you haven't got vermilion, don't worry too much. Don't worry too much. I'm just going to be mixing up a complement. A complement of blue is orange. And a complement of a blue-green is a red-green. So, red-orange, sorry, red-green. Red-orange. So I'm going to put some cadmium red there. You should see the difference. You should see that's a lot paler than that one. This is a lot warmer. That's going to give us a lovely orange. And I'm going to use some cadmium yellow, medium. There we are. I like a medium yellow. I don't like the dark yellows or the lighter yellows. I find that these give me the best results for what I want. I'm going to be using a palette knife to paint. So let's have a look at putting some of this paint actually onto the sheet. So we're going to start with a phthalo blue. There we go. This is a lovely, lovely paint. This is quite thick. Actually, it's quite a heavy-duty paint, but you can thicken up any paints, any acrylic paints, with the product that I've got on the website. If you want to pop along to www.cloudcliveart.co.uk, and you'll find a thickening gel in there, thickening agent, and you can thicken up any paints to the heavy body standard if you want to. There you go. So that's just phthalo blue on its own. What a lovely looking colour that is. What a lovely looking colour. I quite like that colour. So what happens if we mix a little bit of white then with the phthalo blue? So we'll just add a little bit of titanium white. I'm just going to take it down quite light because I want to see the tone that that's going to actually give me. So this is PB or phthalo blue mixed with white. White is going to be known as WH from now on my sheet. So I'm hoping you can see that that's giving us a lovely tone of blue there. Trying not to get the glare on the paper. I'm just wiping my brush into my kitchen roll. I'm going to get a little bit of phthalo blue there, and I'm going to mix just a small amount of black to it, just to darken it. In other words, you turn it into a shade. There we go. So adding a little bit of black to your phthalo blue. Now your phthalo blue actually does lean. It leans towards the green side of blue. So this leans towards the green side of blue. That's why it's good for seascapes. That's why it is good for seascapes. There we are. You can see that's a lovely thick paint. So you've got three different shades of blue there. So you've got the phthalo blue as it is, comes out of the tube. You've also added a bit of white to it, which will lighten it, and you'll add a bit of black, which will darken it or give you a shade. So I'm just washing my brush. Now the same thing is to be said with ultramarine blue. So we'll basically do the same thing now with ultramarine blue. We'll just get a little bit of paint on our brush. I'm adding a bit of water to it because it's quite warm in the studio. And this paint leans towards the red side of the spectrum. So this is leaning towards the red side of blue. Now, ultramarine blue mixed with cerulean blue, as I said, 50-50, gives you a lovely sky colour. Ultramarine blue on its own is used a lot in skies as well, especially in seascapes, because what you'll find is a lot of the sky is actually reflected into the sea. So we'll do the same thing. We add a little bit of white to our ultramarine blue and see what that gives us. And you should be able to see a little bit of warmth to that. You can see that's a lot warmer than that when they put closer together. That's cool. It's got a bluer tint to it. This is a warmer. It's warmer altogether. Again, what a lovely colour for the sky. So you can buy all these different. This is like it looks a little bit like, should I say, a cobalt blue. So why buy cobalt blue when all you've got to do is mix white and ultramarine blue together? I don't know, go figure. Okay, so same thing again. Let's just get a little bit of our ultramarine blue and we'll add a little bit of carbon black. Mars black tends to be a bluer black. There's a lot more blue in Mars black than carbon black. Carbon black is quite a dark black, and I quite like carbon black. You don't need a lot of carbon black at all. You can see you can get a lot. It's a lot darker. What happens if we add a little bit of white to that? Well, we're going to see what type of grey we can get. And let's just put a bit of grey to the side. You see that's a lovely, lovely grey indeed. And I'll be washing my brush quite a lot during this. Again, with the phthalo blue and black, we get a grey, but it's more of a blue grey. It's more of a blue grey than a light grey, if you notice. That's there. We got a lighter, more blue. It's cooler. It's a cooler, cooler grey. If you want to play around with a mix, you can add a little bit more black to that. There you are. So you can get it more of a grey if you wanted to. So if it's not, doesn't suit you, don't forget you can adjust the mix to suit your needs. And these are all wonderful shadow colours for the water. They certainly are. So what if we mix, let me get my palette there. So what if we mix equal parts of Prussian blue, or PB, to equal parts of ultramarine blue? So just eyeball it, it's okay. You'll have unless you mix these accurately, you're not going to get them perfect anyway. So we'll mix those two together. What a wonderful colour. Put a little bit there, because you're going to be playing around with this particular mix in a second. Let's just add a little bit of water to it, just to get it to flow. So this is our Prussian blue and ultramarine blue mixed together. There you go. Nice. What a lovely colour. What happens if we add a bit of white to that then? Let's just get a bit of white to the side. Whoa, look at that. That is a wonderful, wonderful looking blue. I love that colour. Don't forget you can lighten these as much as you want, and you can play around with them and all these wonderful things you can do. This is why I like colour mixing, I really do. So I'm going to mix a bit of carbon black now to this side. It's quite dark. That is really dark. That's the Prussian blue. It's giving us that darkness there. Let's add a little bit of white too to that. Let's see type of grey we're going to have from that. Do that to the side. So there's another tone of grey we can play with. What a wonderful colour. So I've got to change my brush now very quickly. I'm using my guide so I don't forget what I'm talking about, because it is quite easy for me to do that at my age. So what we've got to do now is actually make the complement of orange. This tends to go around to the blue-green type of area. So this leans towards like the blue-green type of area. So the complement of blue is orange. So what we want is, we want a warm orange basically. So let's just get a little bit of yellow. I'm using just cadmium yellow. There we go. I'm going to put a little bit of yellow there as well, because I'm going to mix two different reds with this. I'm going to get the smallest amount of vermilion to make an orange. Don't buy orange. You can make your own orange. There's no need to buy orange at all. There's I'm sure I did a video on orange. So I'm going to make a nice red orange. So don't go buying orange. Make your own. I'll put a link in the iCards. So there's the red orange with vermilion. And while I got this brush, I'm going to mix a little bit of red, cadmium red, to this orange. Or yellow, I should say, not orange. Not orange yet, it is now. There you go. Let's make it a little bit more. I need a bit. There you go, a nice red orange. You can still see that that is definitely a lot warmer even as an orange. So you've got two different oranges there. You can add whites to these, and you can add blacks to these, and you can play around them to your heart's content. And that's what it's all about. So I'm just rinsing that brush out. I'm now going to get some equal parts of Prussian blue and ultramarine blue. It's a little bit imprecise, but it's fine. It'll work. There we go. And mix it up about like that. Mix it up about. Mix it about. Get a little bit of that there, and a little bit of that there. There we go. I'm just going to change my brush over. I'm going to pick up some of this vermilion orange, like that, and I'm going to add a little bit of that to the blue. You're going to see it's going to go on the green side. Now if it goes a little bit too green, get a little bit more vermilion. Tell you what we haven't done, we haven't put our mixes on there. We'll do that in a second. In fact, let me just stop that a minute. Let's get a brush. Let's get our vermilion orange, because we've got to do our chart. Let's put our vermilion and card yellow mix in there. We also need our cardamom red and yellow mix in there. There we go. So we're all up to date with our mixing sheet. And these sheets you can dry off and you can save. Now, I don't like the way that's gone very green, so I'm going to add a little bit more vermilion to that. No, it is definitely going on to the green side. So it must have been a bit too much yellow in that. But let's get a little bit of white. Let's just have a look what we got. Yeah, it's actually gone a little bit on the green side, but that's quite a nice brown. That's a nice grey actually. So yeah, we need quite a red. We need quite a red. We need quite a red orange to counteract this. Orange, the complementary colour of any particular colour, you will find it actually desaturates or dechromarises the colour. It dulls it back without the need of adding black. So until you get those colours right, then it's just a matter of playing. And you can see, and you don't get stressed. Just keep playing around until you get that colour you're looking for. And I'm going to be happy with that. I'm going to put that down onto my sheet. So phthalo blue and ultramarine blue. There you can see PB plus UB plus 01, which is the orange, which is vermilion card yellow. I've called 1. This is a 1 there. I'm going to put that in there, like that. And that's giving me like a nice blue-green colour, which is what I said, bordering on a blue-green. There we are. So we can add white to that. Let's add white to that colour. And actually, that's quite a lovely. That's quite a lovely seascape type of green, grey. Not green, Clive, it's grey. So that one would be there. So that's plus white. There we go. See the colours, fantastic. Okay. So what we need to do is clean the brush again. A lot of brush cleaning today. I'm just going to mix up a bit more of that. So we need phthalo blue and ultramarine blue, roughly equal parts. I'm not going to bore you with it. And then I'm going to pick up some orange and I'm going to dechromarize that. And that's already looking better because it's got a warmer red to it. It's not going to be so green, this one. If it is, again, add a little bit of red to it until you get the colour you want. And I suggest you mix in these colours you can mix these colours and put them in a tube or something like that. I sell the tubes actually on the website. So once you find the colour you like, you've got the formula you like, then put them in a tube. Why not? So Prussian blue, PB, Oops, I put that in the wrong place. But it should be here. Never mind. There we go. So Prussian blue and ultramarine blue plus orange 2 is there. There we are. Put it in the right place this time. And I'll add a bit of white to that. And let's put that in where it belongs. There. Not a lot of difference, but there's a little bit of difference to it. There you go. Now the colour chart is coming together, and you can keep these colour charts, play around with colour mixing. It's so much fun. So what I was trying to do there was make a Prussian blue. So this phthalo blue and carbon black, where's the carbon black, will give you a Prussian blue. So it should give you a Prussian blue. Prussian blue can be made with Mars black as well, and ultramarine blue. So you've got two options there. This is phthalo blue and carbon black, but you can use ultramarine blue and Mars black, and that will give you a Prussian blue as well. And that's going to be a lovely grey. If we add some white to it now, you'll see that that's going to be a lovely Prussian blue itself. Just don't forget, you can use ultramarine blue and Mars black as well if you want to. That's also going to give you a lovely blue seascape colour. So I hope you found this useful. Don't forget to click out the links to our teaser for the painting pads. You can paint wonderful paintings on these things. There's the colour chart that we've just done, as I said, using phthalo blue and ultramarine blue in different formats, and using the complements for seascape and sky mixes. And I will post that on Instagram for you to go and have a look at. So please click the subscribe button if you haven't already done so, and click the bell for notifications. And I upload every Monday at 7:30, so I hope this is a little bit of an insight. Please have fun with your colour mixing and go and save yourself some money. Nice.